नमस्कार साथीहरू, डियर लोक सेवा च्यानलमा स्वागत छ तपाईहरुलाई। यदि हाम्रो डियर लोक सेवा च्यानललाई सब्स्क्राइब गर्नु भएको छैन भने सब्स्क्राइब गरिहाल्नुहोला, जसले गर्दा तपाईले आगामी दिनहरुमा यस्तै परीक्षा तयारी सामग्रीहरू हेर्न छुटाउनु हुने छैन। र आज यस भिडियोमा नेपाल बैंक लिमिटेडले 2075 भाग 18 माफ गर्नुहोला माग 14 र 15 गते लिएको 6औं सहायक प्रबन्धक पदको क्वेशन पेपर लिएर आएको छु। सर्वप्रथम 2074 10-14 को फर्स्ट पेपर हेर्नतिर लागौं, जुन यस प्रकार रहेको छ। फर्स्ट पेपर इकोनोमी, मनी एन्ड बैंकिङ विषयसँग सम्बन्धित रहेको छ र सेक्सन ए र सेक्सन बी गरी दुईवटा सेक्सनमा बाँडिएको छ। सेक्सन ए मा सोधिएको छ क्वेशन नम्बर 1 मा identify the increasing trend of trade deficit in Nepal. How can be the trade deficit reduced? Suggest policies of the government of Nepal. Question number 2, what are the objectives of current monetary policy? Is it possible to address the present financial markets problems of Nepal? Explain. Question number 3 मा सोधिएको छ how poverty and income inequality are measured. What are the major challenges of poverty alleviation in Nepal? Illustrate. त्यस्तै question number 4 मा सोधिएको छ explain the various methods of computing national income. What are the major difficulties of computing national income in the context of Nepal? Elaborate. यसरी चारवटा क्वेशन हाम्रो सेक्सन ए मा सोधिएको छ भनेदेखि अब सेक्सन बी मा पनि त्यसरी चारवटा क्वेशन सोधिएको छ र क्वेशन नम्बर 5 मा छ what are the major factors that affect the money supply in Nepal? Explain on the basis of money multiplier theory. र क्वेशन नम्बर 6 मा describe about the project appraisal techniques. How do you evaluate a project to accept or reject on the basis of IRR and NPV techniques? Describe. Question number 7. Discuss major provisions of the foreign exchange management policy of Nepal. And question number 8. Explain relationship between inflation and unemployment with the help of Phillips curve diagram. Also state the implications of this trade-off between inflation and unemployment to the policymakers in short term. Write down the limitations regarding this trade-off as well. र सेकेन्ड डे को 2000 अर्थात् 2075 माघ 15 गतेको जुन सेकेन्ड पेपर रहेको छ यस प्रकार रहेको छ। यसमा पनि तपाईलाई सेक्सन ए र सेक्सन बी गरी दुईवटा ग्रुपमा दुईवटा सेक्सनमा क्वेशन्सहरु सोधिएको छ र क्वेशन नम्बर 1 मा सोधिएको छ क्वेशन नम्बर 1 यस प्रकार रहेको छ मोटिभेसन इज नट जस्ट अ theoretical concept but the concept of efficiency. How do you justify this statement with the context of Nepalese motivational practices? Explain the types of motivation with examples. Question number 2, elucidate the concept of performance management (PM) in the context of effectively put the notion of PM in practice in a business entity of PM in practice in a business entity like Nepal Bank Limited. Elaborate. Question number 3, how can TQM be implemented and how can we measure TQM success? Illustrate with examples of any organization's success story of TQM application. Question 4, prepare SWOT analysis of Nepal Bank Limited. Explain short-term and mid-term strategies based on your analysis. त्यस्तै गरेर क्वेशन नम्बर सेक्सन बी को फर्स्ट क्वेशन नम्बर 5 मा सोधिएको छ नेपाल बैंक लिमिटेड इज अप्रोच्ड बाइ XYZ लिमिटेड to finance its project related to hospitality industry. The total debt applied is for rupees 70 crores. What tools of capital budgeting can be used to check financial feasibility? List and explain required tools of capital budgeting. Also explain the importance of capital budgeting. Question number 6. What is money market? Explain money market instruments used to stabilize financial sector. Question number 7. Briefly examine the contribution of ASEAN Development Bank in Nepal's socio-economic development. What should Nepal do to maximize the benefits of ADB support? Explain. Last question 8 number मा सोधिएको छ Nepal's financial sector has undergone a steady reform process over the last 2 decades. External development partners such as the World Bank have had their imprint on a number of initiatives that are in place now, such as the commercialization and recapitalization of NBL, RBB, and ADBL, and re-engineering of NRV. What is your own assessment of this reform intervention? To what extent have these reforms been fruitful for developing a stable yet vibrant financial sector in the country? Explain the history, accomplishments, and new challenges of financial sector reforms in Nepal against above backdrop. हस् आजलाई अब यति नै छ क्वेशन्स पेपर सक्यो आजले भिडियो यति नै छ र अन्तमा तपाईलाई यदि यस्तै परीक्षा तयारी सामग्रीहरू हेर्न चाहनुहुन्छ भनेदेखि हाम्रो च्यानल डियर लोकसेवालाई सब्स्क्राइब गरी नोटिफिकेसन बेलमा ट्याप गर्न नबिर्सनु होला।